I have some of y'all getting so mad that I'm reading passages from my encyclopedia from 1927. It's literally a book. That's why I say nobody cares about lies, but people hate the truth. Some people will even kill to stop the truth. So let's go ahead and keep going. Palestine, the land of the Israelites, known also as Canaan, the Holy Land, and in part as Judea. The name signifies the land of the Philistines. It lies in southern Syria between the Mediterranean and Arabian Desert. The mountains of Lebanon are considered the northern boundary. The southern boundary is somewhat infinite, but may be regarded as an arc, the keystone of which supports the Dead Sea. Area, about 9,000 square miles, equal to New Hampshire. The physical features are readily understood. The Lebanons send two parallel spurs southward. A coastal plain lies along the west, bordering the Mediterranean. The River Jordan, the Sea of Galilee, and the Dead Sea occupy a long, deeply sunken basin between the ranges. The ranges reach a general elevation of 4,000 feet. Mount Hermon, the highest peak, is over 9,000 feet. Other mountains of note in the scriptures are Carmel, Tabor, Gilbo, Gilead, Nebo, or Pisgah, Zion, Moriah, and Olives. Although decidedly rough, the country is naturally fertile. The prevailing rock is limestone, the disintegration of which supplies soil, needing only careful husbandry to produce bountiful crops. There are many caves on the ledges. No, Sandra, there are not caves. There are many caves in the ledges, as the cave of Machpelah at Hebron, in which Abraham buried Sarah, the cave of Adullam, to which David retired, capable of sheltering 400 men, and others, many of enormous extent. The honeybee hives in the crevice of the rocks. The promise of the Israelites was the land of hills and valleys, a land flowing with milk and honey. The Mediterranean coast is well tilled. The interior plain of the Jordan is robbed of moisture by the enclosing mountains and is nearly rainless. It is a mere barren waste of sand. The mountains are full of fountains, the most noted perhaps being the well of Bethlehem. Each has its history. Here Hagar sat, here Israel surprised the host of the Philistines, here Abraham watered his flock, and here Jacob's messenger overtook Abner. Even Jacob's well is still here. The mountains are still sparsely covered with forest. The cedar, ash, oak, olive, palm, walnut, sycamore, and oleander are the chief trees. There are between 1,000 and 2,000 native plants. I wonder if Jacob's well is even still there now after everything. I'm sure someone knows and can tell me in the comments. The population of the historic vales and mountainside is now chiefly Arabic. There are also small colonies of Jews and Germans. Grain, olive oil, oranges, and wine are the chief exports. Haifa, the leading seaport, is connected by rail with Jerusalem. In 1921, the population was estimated at 770,000, of whom 660,000 were Muslims, 80,000 were Jew, and 84,500 were Christians. The population of Jerusalem is about 65,000. Of Haifa, is it Haifa or Jaffa? I don't know, 45,000. And of Haifa, it must be Jaffa, because then there's Haifa, 39,000. Okay, in the time of David and Solomon, Palestine was allotted to various tribes of Israel. Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh resided on the east of the Jordan. Judah and Benjamin were located in the south. About 975 BC, the kingdom of Israel was divided. The next event of importance was the captivity. The monarchs of Assyria carried the children of Israel away and replaced them by other people. Judah and Benjamin being the last to go, about 584 BC. Palestine passed from the Assyrians to the Persians, then to the Maccabees. At the birth of Christ, it was under Roman domain. It then fell to the Eastern Empire and finally passed under Mohammedan control. While the exception of the short period during the Crusades, it was under Muslim rule since early in the 16th century, but was wrestled from the Turks in World War. After its conquest by British, 1917 and 18, Palestine remained under military occupation until 1920. In that year, the country was placed under British mandatory, and a mandatory was approved by the League of Nations in 1922. Under civil administration, Palestine has improved economically and intellectually, and further improvement is to be expected. What should we do next? Zionism?